Welcome back to episode 2 of TURDS Into Diamonds, here with AFC Rushden Diamonds. We are in the Southern League Premier Central Division, the 7th tier of English football, and after winning our opening game of the season in the last episode, as you can see, we've only played 3 games since then. It has not been going well. We are playing today against Yate in the FA Cup first qualifying round. I'm starting to think we might be in for a long season. We played Alvechurch just after we left you last time. We got a 2-2 draw. Now, we were 2-0 down in this game, and we mounted a fantastic comeback. Jack Brown got his second goal in as many games, as did Tom Lorraine in the 82nd minute to win us a point. We were really poor in the first half, as the scoreline suggests. And then the second half, we actually really took control. And you can see in the second half, we not just had those 2 goals, we had much better XG. And really pleased with the comeback. But it did show me what I already knew, that we are going to be struggling defensively this season with the current squad that we've got. So really pleasing to get a point from that game. Alvechurch are one of the stronger teams in the league. We then went away to Hensford and we lost 2-0. And we were absolutely played off the park in this game. You can see there we had just 3 shots on goal, despite 52% of the possession. It was a very disappointing performance, and again, it just made me think, okay, we are likely going to struggle away from home this season. Just the fact that we can't tackle, we haven't got much stamina in the team, we haven't got much strength. Just without the ball, I just think we're going to be really vulnerable. So we couldn't have too many complaints in that game. Well beaten by Hensford, and then we took on Stratford at home. And this was a really disappointing one. We actually dominated the first half. You can see from the XG there, we were 1-0 up. Jack Brown with a brilliant free kick early in the game. We then completely dominated, couldn't make it 2. Tom Lorraine really disappointing. And Ando got an equaliser just before half time. And then the second half, they then really took control of things. You can see they had 8 shots on target. They had better XG, but it was an 89th minute winner. A corner was cleared out, a second cross went in, and a header at the back post from Ando gave all 3 points to Stratford. And it just completed a really disappointing opening month of the season. So with all that leaves us now in 16th place after 4 games. You can see we do have game in hand over a lot of teams. If we were to win that game in hand, we can put ourselves up into mid-table. And the other thing is that if you look at the teams we've played, Hensford are in 8th, Stratford are in 5th. So we have actually had kind of a tough start to the season. So I don't want to panic just yet. I still think we have a really good team on the ball. I am worried about the defensive side of things, but nobody in this league is particularly exceptional. So I want to see how we go when we start playing more of the mid-table and bottom half teams. I've still got confidence that we can kind of pick things up. The only thing I am wondering about is I do think I need a little bit more physical presence in midfield to control the midfield, and particularly when we concede the ball, we've got to do a better job there. And today we are going to take on Yate away from home. Remember, the board are requiring us to get to the 3rd qualifying round of the FA Cup, and financially that's going to be super important. You can see Yate are currently 16th in the table. They have yet to win a game, but they have drawn 4 of their opening 5 games, so they're not easy to beat. this is going to be a real test. This is going to give us an idea of really if we are in for a season of struggle, because well, they're in the Southern League Premier South, so they're basically at the same level as us. I really want to see us put on a good performance and get a result, shake off the last 3 games, and see if we can sort of get our season back on track. We have confirmed the signing of Jamie O'Hara, which is absolutely huge. His quality is just undeniable at this level. But yeah, he hasn't had the greatest of starts. Look, a 6.57 rating from his opening 3 games. Physically, I mean, he does have a bit of strength, which we don't really have in the team, so that's good. But in terms of his pace and his acceleration, he's just an absolute disaster. He's another one that has absolutely no stamina. We're kind of dying in the second half of games at the moment. And I'm wondering if maybe I need to make a little change here of just maybe not pressing quite so often. Just bring that down so that we're not using up the little stamina that we have by half time and then struggling in the second half. So I think I'm just going to bring that down, and I'm also going to ask the team to get stuck in again, just try and compensate for the fact that we aren't very good on the physical side of things. Just get a little bit more effort from the players. The last couple of games, I did react to an assistant recommendation to just defend very narrowly and try and force a play outside. We do have a couple of centre backs that can head the ball, so thinking about defending those crosses. But then in our last game against Stratford, both of the goals conceded were from crosses at the back post. So I just feel like maybe defending narrowly is just leaving us open to those back post crosses. So I'm going to bring it back to a standard defensive width. And that's basically where we are. Is there anything else going on? Well, we are financially, after signing Jamie O'Hara, we are now spending about £140 a week over our wage budget. So we're kind of struggling on that score. I would like to get a couple of players in. I would like to get another defender. I would certainly like to get a little bit more physical presence in midfield. And as we saw last episode, we had a few strikers in on trial who did really, really well. But again, I just can't stretch the budget anymore at the moment. Or I probably could bring one more player in, but it would be kind of making the financial situation a lot worse. So we're kind of relying on Tom Lorraine. We have got Laurel Smith back from injury now. Hopefully he can step up and play an important role. I look at his stats and I think he should be a very, very good striker at our level. So I do think we've got the players that can make a difference. I don't think it's necessarily a technical limitation that is going to cost us this season. It's much more the physical side of things. We do have Ben Ford on the bench, of course, who he has got 9 stamina and 9 strength, and he's also got 10 tackling. He is a fairly limited player, but he could be perhaps our best midfield option. So if Jesse Akabine maybe can't, I mean, look at him, he's got 6 stamina and 1 strength. If we are suffering, I think it might be a case that Jesse has to come out of the team. He's had some interest in him as well. He did refuse a contract offer from another club. He's on a non-contract, so he can go if anyone offers for him. At the moment, despite his technical ability, I do think we've got other technical players in the team. So the more I think about it, maybe Ben Ford could be coming in. Ben Toxtall is another option. Again, he has 9 stamina and 7 strength. 7 tackling is not the greatest, but again, he could shore things up a little bit in central midfield. And Jack Brown, he has actually got 9 stamina and 9 strength. He could also shore up the midfield a bit more, but he's got 3 in his opening 4 games. He's playing really well in that number 10 role. I'm not sure I want to take that goal threat away. So that's the situation we're in. We're going to go forward to this FA Cup game against Yate Town, and we're going to see how it goes. Expect changes on the fly if things are not working. Expect us to look for a little bit more midfield presence. So as you can see, we are a day away from the game. I'm going to head forward and get into that game, and I will see you guys back when we are ready to get started. All right, here we are then. We are at Yate. We are ready for this FA Cup qualifying round game. This is the team that is going to start off for us, as we haven't really changed. Dean Snecker in goal, Williams, Warburton at fullback, Eli and Collard, the two centre-backs, Akavine and O'Hara starting off in the centre of midfield, with Ravi Shamsi and Furlong as inside forwards on the wings, Jack Brown behind Tom Lorraine. We are going to stick with the team. They have competed for the most part during our games. We're going to give them another opportunity, and we're going to see how it goes. Hopefully, just not pressing quite so much. We're going to be able to manage our stamina a little bit more, and we can get the result that we want here in this game. Let's just change the formation here so we can see what Yate are playing as they get a corner. And is that an early penalty? Yep. Oh my goodness. 8 minutes in, and we could already go a goal down. What a disastrous start. You know when you play Football Manager and there's times when there's just something that's not set up right in the team, and it just results in just disaster every game. And when you change that one thing, things start to turn around. I kind of feel like that's where we are right now. At the moment, Yate are dominating. Let's try and encourage the team. They've responded well to that, and we are now starting to get on top in terms of the shot statistics. I'm not going to remove getting stuck in, as they now get another corner. Oof. And we have got to get ourselves a foothold in this game pretty soon, as we get our first highlight. But again, it's absolutely nothing. It's a highlight that starts with us and goes straight back to them. And you can see O'Hara, Collard, Shamsi all on a booking already, just playing to get stuck in, probably not going in our favour in terms of the discipline right now. Can we make something out of this here? Tom Lorraine heads it over, and that was a good opportunity. We've got to be taking those. We've had 60% of the possession. We've had more shots. But so far, very little in the way of highlights and chances for us. Can we make something here before going into half-time? Again, it's not been a bad performance. We just haven't quite created enough, as Tom Lorraine puts Furlong in, and Connor Furlong gets the equaliser. I think it's deserved. They started very strongly with a couple of early corners. And this is a rather nice little goal. Tom Lorraine, turning provider. Maybe not where we wanted him, sort of coming so short to combine with Jack Brown, but that's a lovely ball in, and you can see playing narrow with these inside forwards is with the idea of getting Connor Furlong and Ravi Shamsi in on those kind of runs. So at half time, I've got to be pleased with the way the team has kind of come back into that. Hopefully we can keep this going. There you go. Keep up the hard work, and the result will come. Nobody reacts. We are having real problems motivating the players. Without telling them that they're absolutely fantastic, they don't tend to react. You can see only Jack Brown has been inspired by that. And do I think about making changes here in the midfield? Jesse Akabine has not really had much influence. Ravi Shamsi is on a booking, 1 of 4. Do I perhaps stop getting stuck in? I think I will, just to not risk those players. Ravi Shamsi has not been on great form in the opening to the season. You can see a 6.62 average rating, and he's playing a 6.5 at the moment. We do have Claudio Diaz and Joel Gyasi on the bench, who can both play on the right wing. I'm going to stick with it for the moment, and we're just going to see if the players can now take control in the second half. As we get the first highlight, good cross in, and just as I decided to criticise, Ravi Shamsi gets his first ever AFC Rushden Diamonds goal, and we are ahead in this game. Really, really pleasing the way they've come back after that disastrous start with the early penalty. Now, I don't want to specifically mark their striker because they are playing with a number 10 who in theory is free. So I want my two centre-backs with a little bit of freedom to be able to go and mark, or to be able to go and press the number 10. Now, do I make changes? As we get another highlight. Williams, who's been having a good season, and Connor Furlong heads it over. You can see all our midfield and forwards now having a really good game. Do I want to make changes here? Do I want some fresh legs? I think what I'm going to do is just bring off Jesse and bring in Ben Ford there, just to kind of secure the midfield. I'm going to bring him in as a ball-winning midfielder on defend. So we've now got two defensive midfielders, and I'm going to bring Jack Brown just a little bit back on support. Now, do I do anything else? Just in terms of getting fresh legs on the field, I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. Ben Ford is anxious, which is not ideal, but hopefully he's going to help us just to see this game out now. Williams back into Ravi Shamsi. Jamie O'Hara getting involved. It's back to Williams. Jamie O'Hara, great ball in. And Tom Lorraine could have finished it right there. Straight into another highlight. I hope they don't now come back at us. That was a really good opportunity for Tom Lorraine. Jamie O'Hara playing his best game of his AFC Rushden Diamonds career so far. Should have probably been claiming an assist there as Tom Lorraine goes again. Can he get a cross in maybe? No, he can't. And they are now on the break. And this was the danger. This is what I was worried about as Reese goes in, and Ricardo Reese, it's their first highlight of the half. They have had 3 highlights the entire game, and they've scored 2 goals. It was a fantastic finish, to be fair, at Dean Snedker's near post. And how do we react to this now? What a disappointment. What changes can I make here? Do I bring off Jack Brown perhaps? He is getting very tired now, as is Jamie O'Hara. Sam Warburton is shattered. He's just been beaten for the goal. He is very tired and he's playing a 6.4. We're going to bring in there. Let's have a look. Where is Hughes going to be best used? We're going to bring him in as a no-nonsense fullback. And we're going to just take off the overlaps there, as that's not his strength. What other changes do we make? Jack Brown is very tired. Do we perhaps... Joel Gyasi does have some good pace and great stamina. Even though it's the end of the game, it's probably not the most important. What do I want to do here? Let's give Joel Gyasi the opportunity. Let's just bring him in for Jack Brown. Or do it now? I'm confused. I'm in 2 minds here. I certainly want to rest Jack Brown, but I don't know. Do I want to bring Ravi Shamsi into the middle as a number 10? I think I will. Let's get Joel Gyasi out on the wing. So Ravi Shamsi is now going to be an attacking midfielder. And Joel Giassi is going to play as a winger on support to finish this game. I didn't even check. I think at this stage there are replays, although with COVID, maybe those replays were taken away. Do we go to injury time? Are we gonna fall apart again at the end of the game? Joel Giassi gets hold of it, using his pace to just run in behind. He's done really well there. Can Williams get a cross in? Can Tom Lorraine maybe finish off one of these chances? Jamie O'Hara. Furlong off the bar. Unbelievable. We really deserve to have won this game. I can't be disappointed with the performance. We've controlled the game. But again, our defensive fragility has really come back to bite us. We've barely given a chance up as now Williams head one's wide. Well, I say we've barely given a chance up, but they have actually had more shots on target than us. Just obviously they've had fewer highlights. I feel like we've had good control of this game as we now go into extra time. Now, what further changes can I make in extra time? Do I tell them keep working hard in extra time? All right, well done. I've followed my assistant's suggestion for once and it's paid off. They've reacted well. Now, I think I get one more change. Jamie O'Hara is shattered, as is Jay Williams. I could bring on Liam Dolman at fullback, or we could make the more positive change in midfield. I'm going to keep Jamie O'Hara on because he is our penalty taker. And now we're looking at a situation where that could become very, very important. Let's get Jay Williams off. He's on a booking. He's very tired. Let's get Liam Dolman on. Oh, I don't get any more changes. Well, that is very surprising, especially in COVID times, to not get an extra change in extra time. I was kind of expecting that, like you do in the big continental decisions. Let's try and encourage the team. Let's see if we can get a strong reaction from them in extra time. We've had more possession, more shots at goal. We haven't had more on target. We do struggle to get shots on target, unfortunately. Tom Lorraine is really the only finisher that we have in the team, or Giassi, now that he's on the field, is also a half-decent finisher. Oh my goodness. It's not going to count. It's offside. Thank goodness for that. And they were well offside there, weren't they? No doubt about it. I thought for a moment we might have got away with a top one, but there was no doubt about that. Let's see if the players can maybe get one more chance before the end of the game. Tom Lorraine has missed a number of chances today. And it's going to go to penalties. And if you look, Jamie O'Hara is really the only specialist penalty taker that we've got. Fortunately, we've got Tom Lorraine, Ravi Shamsi and Ben Ford, who are, I think, our three best penalty takers outside of the rest of the squad. So I think we're going to put Connor Furlong as the next taker. And then it would have to be, I guess, Jay Williams. Those are the best penalty takers left on the field. Jay Williams. Joel Giassi has got absolutely terrible penalty taking. So it would then be Alex Collard and Jordan Eli. And Dean Snegger is a better penalty taker than Ryan Hughes and Joel Giassi. So let's see if we can get through this one on penalties. Oh, what message should I give? Stay calm and back yourselves. Come on, boys, let's do this. I really feel like in terms of how many highlights they had in their favour, I really feel like we deserve to go through here as Jamie O'Hara puts his penalty away. Can Dean Snedker be the hero? He's pushed one away. Tom Lorraine, don't let us down. He's missed some big chances today, but he doesn't miss that one. Come on, Dean Snedker. We're counting on you, buddy. No chance with that one. Good penalty from Hopper. Ravi Shamsi put us ahead in the second half. Can he put us ahead again here? He can. Great penalty taking so far from the Diamonds. Come on, Dean Snedker. Again, straight down the middle from Cooper. And things are still tight. Can Ben Ford now? He can't. Oh my goodness. Straight at the keeper. The keeper stood tall. And now Reese puts them level. High drama here in the FA Cup. Come on, Connor Furlong. Well done. Now Dean Snedker with a save can put us through to the second qualifying round. What can we do here? What can they come up with? Come on, Dean Snedker. No chance. No chance with that one. That is a high quality penalty. And we are now down into the dregs of our penalty takers. But Williams, with his 5 penalty taking, makes no mistake. The pressure is back on Yate. They've scored 4 in a row. But can Dean Snedker ruin their day? I would really love a cup run, not just for the money that you get. But Dean Snedker's done it. And hopefully now we can really take confidence from this. It was a very good away performance. We do still have to improve defensively. I do think maybe Jesse Akabine is going to lose his place in the team as we search for a little bit more defensive stability. I do think we're looking at Ben Ford playing a much bigger part in the games from now on. But all in all, I feel pleased with the performance, very pleased that we got through. The players can be very proud of getting through under the circumstances there. They held their nerve in the penalty shootout. And we now have a game. I think we have another game in 3 days. So we are going to have a lot of tired players. I think we're going to be looking at having to change the team up a little bit. But right now, even though it counts as another draw, I'm just really pleased to get through that game. Let's send our assistant to the press conference, and we get £2,000 for getting through that game, which is rather nice. Our finances right now are still fairly secure. We've lost around about £12,000, or if that £2,000 has gone on, that means we've lost around about £14,000 in the first month of the season. So that's why the cup competitions are so important at this level. And if we now just look at the schedule, we've now got a home game with Rushall in 4 days' time. So 4 days rest hopefully is going to mean that most of the players will be back at a good level of fitness. Then Needham Market away, then the FA Cup second round qualifying. We've then got 2 more home games against Redditch and St Ives. Hopefully, with these 3 home games in the next 4 league games, we can start turning our league season around, put ourselves hopefully in a stronger position. And I think what we will do, I think the next episode is going to be a double header. I think what I'm going to do is come back for the second qualifying round, with the FA Cup being so important to us. And then I think we will probably come back maybe for Salisbury away, depending on what the league table looks like. I think we'll do a double header, the FA Cup, and then whichever of these games around here, these 4 away games, whichever of these is against a team around us in the table, we might come back for. So anyway, well, that was a really great game, really good drama. Really pleased to have got through. Hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, give us a like, subscribe to the page, and share with your friends. Thanks very much for being with us on Dog Turns Into Diamonds, and we will see you for the next episode.